So can it really work? Is it possible to exert that much pressure on the political system by just getting 12,000 people to say no? Well, to find out, we have to put ourselves in the politicians' shoes. And we have to try and look ahead to 2010, a likely date of the next general election. It's possible the Conservatives will still be in the lead. There's a general rule of thumb that says if they got 43% at mid-term, they've got a good chance of winning. As we get nearer to the general election, the polls swing back to the party in power. Most pollsters reckon that the Conservatives have got a good chance of retaining a 3% to 8% swing. Our calculations are done on a 7.7% swing, which is actually historically very high. In that situation, the Conservatives would have a lead of 75 seats. To control that situation, we would still need not more than 12,000 floating voters. For the Conservatives, a 75-seat lead would be a good result. For the Labour Party, it would be devastating. They would lose 37% of their MPs. Cabinet ministers, Jackie Smith, John Hutton, a whole range of junior ministers, whips, PPSs, utterly devastated. And of course no power. And with no power, no access to money, no way of paying off your debts. So what can they do? They've got one choice. They go for this, and they go for it first. There's a huge pressure on them to do it. And what's interesting is when I talk to party workers, party members, candidates, MPs, everybody who looks at this says, yeah, we need it. We understand the problems. We're trying to get things done. We can't do things because of the way the system's set up. So we can give them a chance of winning. We can give them real chances of changing things, making things work better for themselves and for their constituents. This puts David Cameron in a difficult situation. If he thinks that the Labour Party are definitely going to lose, but they have a chance of winning if they adopt our proposals, that puts the pressure on him to go for it first. There is a substantial group within the Conservative Party that are already pushing for direct democracy at local level, and many of them are familiar with the Swiss system. There's a lot of people in the Conservative Party are halfway to our position already. It's this combination of internal and external forces that puts both parties under such pressure to adopt our proposals. Whoever goes first wins, and the other party is seriously discredited in the eyes of the electorate and severely damaged. Those familiar with game theory will see the situation is an exact fit for the prisoner's dilemma. But we don't want to wait for the next election, and neither are we interested in manifesto commitments. What we want is a new Magna Carta, a new great charter between Parliament and people, and we want it long before we get to the next general election. The election can then carry on as normal, but we will decide how we're governed.